We're here along the Ohio River at Fort Massac or Massac in I think this is Metropolis, Illinois. And we're just over by the parking lot. I came over by this sign to start with. You could see the old fort right there. And that's the ranger station, or the check-in, the offices, whatever you want to call it. So we're gonna go over there and check out the fort, and that's where the river is too. Thought I'd show you this real quick. Lewis and Clark history as they went through Illinois right here. Illinois. And also I saw this over here. This looks kind of neat. Let's check this out. There we go. I guess there's a Douillard trail of some sort. So that's pretty cool. We don't have time to do the trail. We got a little time, so we're gonna do a little video on this place. 601 feet, par 4. There must be a, you got it, Frisbee golf course here. So, and check this out. I don't know if they're tame. I'm gonna go over there in a minute and see if I can get a little closer to them. So let's start by doing that. Check it out. Well, I think I'm spooking them already. Here's the boat ramp campground. And over here you got the sign for the park office. It's quite all right. Got the sign for the park office over there. And then we got our deers over here. And we got joggers going by. There must be a campground associated with this place too. Otherwise she wouldn't be jogging through here. I don't think people would come here just to jog, although it is no charge to come in here. So that's cool. We got a couple small bucks there. I don't know if you guys could see very good. But they're spooked, and I don't want to go any closer because I don't want to drive them into the woods. They're trying to eat. I mean, come on, it's almost dinner time for them guys. So I'm going to walk over here and show you the park office, visitor center, and then we'll check out the fort and the river. So they got one of the signs like usual over here, George Rogers Clark Discovery Trail. Let you pause and read this. I don't think it tells you much about his history, more about, I think, the park and the trail and the phases of building it. But I thought I'd show you this real quick. So there you go. This is the Ohio River. We got Paducah, Kentucky right down here across the river. And then we got Metropolis right here. We're right there inside this park. I didn't realize the park was this big. So we're gonna go drive around. We'll put a little driving tour on the end of this video. And there's a little close-up of Metropolis. It's not really a metropolis, it's more like a town. But they got special events. Picnicking and camping, hiking, boating and fishing on the Ohio River. So there you go. It's actually really nice so far. Here's a little bit more about him right there. The Illinois campaign of 1778. Pause and read. There's his ugly mug. Actually, look at how good looking that guy was. Holy mackerel. I wonder if he was the one that got Sacagawea. Which one of them got Sacagawea? I can't remember. That good looking fella right there? Or was it the other guy? So there we go. I'm gonna go over and check that sign out right now. Look at, they even made the garbage can thing look like a fort. And then maybe we'll go inside and check this out real quick if there's anything worth checking out. But there's the fort right there, guys. That is really cool. I wonder if they've got to be the original buildings. I mean, because you can see they're kind of warped and kind of, I don't know if they built them like that or they just sank into the ground over all these years or just settled down, all the wood stacked up on each other. Maybe settled it down and squished it and made it rounded at the top, because it looks pretty straight at the bottom, but you can see the top looks a little bit bowed. But that's cool. Let's jump over here. Here we go. I'll let you guys pause and read this. More history of the area. That looks cool. I wonder if that was like a kiln fired thing. Let's go check it out. 4 flags over Fort Massac. How do you say that? Massac? You know what's really cool about this? Braille. Look at that. You never see that. That is fantastic. Daughters of the American Revolution. I'm glad someone had the wherewithal to do that. because I know you can't see the forts themselves, but you could at least read about them. And then someone could describe them to you. You can actually probably hear the river if you go down to it. Look at that bridge. I think we got a video on our channel of going over this bridge at least once from one side, coming into from Paducah, Kentucky into Illinois here. So look at that. Let me see if I can find anything out about this real quick. Well, there's no signs about this bad boy here, but obviously it's a wood burning fireplace of sorts, but they got it all blocked off here. You can't open it up. But it was probably just a wood burning thing. I don't think there's a way to put anything on top to heat it up, so they probably just fed like bread maybe into there, and it might be a loaf oven or whatever they want to call that. And looks like this might have been a air port, but that's pretty cool. So I'm going to show you this sign real quick. It kind of gives you a quick description of how the fort laid out. I see something over there. We'll go check that out. There's like a statue back there too. Pretty cool. And but we'll first check these buildings out. I'll let you guys see this. This is a layout. That was a wood bridge over a dry moat, which I think is just that ditch right there. I guess they call that a dry moat. And if you read that sign that I just had up earlier, that metal one with the braille, it tells you the history of building this, rebuilding it, George Washington having it rebuilt and all that stuff. So there you go. Pause any of this right here. And let's go check it out. So there you go right there. Gun turrets sticking out, facing this way. Is that gun turrets? I don't know, gun holes. Gun holes up there. And I wonder if they built these extra thick so the bullets wouldn't go through, because back then maybe the bullets wouldn't go through. I think the thing I'm walking over here right now used to be the wooden bridge. And I'm surprised it was considered a dry moat instead of a fill it with water and make it harder for them to get in here. Once again, you got these interlocking. You can see some other videos of old buildings from at different state parks and stuff. And I don't know if you guys read, but this was Illinois' first official state park. But these interlocking corners are really cool. I hadn't seen them till recently, and I'd seen them cut out so they link together, but not like that. It looks like one of the buildings that's on that map I just showed you used to be right here. I don't know what that is, but look at this old stonework they did way back then. And I don't know if this is redone. When did they first started doing cement? I mean, was that really being done in the early 1700s? I mean, that dry mud stuff, that's a form of masonry, I guess, or cement. But look at this corner. I was thinking that was it is a whole corner post. I wonder if that was added after. Yeah, you could tell that concrete slab there is, well, no, that might have been original too. Look at that. Because this is all built on top of it. I didn't see anything on that sign back there about them moving it here from another location, but they've got these gun ports all the way down. They got bigger holes. That's where you could stick your face if you really wanted to get shot. You stick your face in there and give them the raspberries, and then they shoot at you. Make an easy target. Looks like we got some sort of a hornet's nest in here somewhere, probably up inside there. But Truly's finally caught up to me. She was over doing her own thing, and she's over here now, so we'll go join her on the tour. So I didn't have time to read all that stuff about what building was what, so.
I wish you could see inside.
Yeah. There's probably days they open it up.
It's all
you know?
like wood, rustic furniture, like, you know.
Well, maybe.
Same stuff I'm sure we're used to.
Could you peek in there and see anything?
No, all I saw was black. I couldn't tell if I was looking into the building or if I was just looking at filler right in between.
So they don't have any holes on this side to shoot out of. They're all on the outside and on the sides. Because I guess they didn't plan on letting you get this far.
Right.
Like, you couldn't get into this area right here. But look at that wood roof. And here too, right? That's really cool. Look at the way The inner beams are kind of coming through the outside there. They got them like flat on the bottom and peaked at the top, probably for holding weight. But yeah, I noticed when we were standing back a while that the bottom of these things, these long ones, are flat, but the top has a nice curve to it. Like the weight of the wood over time has just pushed it down quite a bit. So let's take a look at the outside of this real quick and see if there's gun holes. There's no gun holes on the side here. There's no gun holes in this one at all, so maybe that was a storage unit, and maybe this is more of a bunkhouse. Look at that brick fireplace though. Yeah, they must have been doing concrete. I'm gonna look that up. Concrete, what year did they start? Yeah, look at all the gun holes on the outside here. So I guess they did not plan on you getting this far in here. And then the final guy went way up on top, up there. He's like, come and get me, coppers. I ain't giving up. All right, I'm on the other side now, and this is bunkhouse number 1. And that they got a nice deck out here, and I think that's a bunkhouse. Sorry, I did not read that whole sign, so you probably know if you stopped and read that sign about describing the fort and what each building was. But I noticed there's no gun holes on this one either, just on this side. These have them all the way around. So that's where the soldiers were. When they knew something was going to be coming, I'm sure they had lookouts everywhere. They would get up inside those bad boys. Oh, that's what it is. Duh. Cannon hole. So there was a cannon inside that sucker right there. And that's what that was. That wasn't a place you stuck your face if you wanted to get shot. Sorry, my bad on that one. That was not true. But I love this thing up there, because this one here has an old chimney sticking out. But this guy here, that's where the lookout was, and he was not protected that well up there. I hope they put him in some sort of metal chest plates or something. Help protect his vital organs. Yeah, you get shot in the arm and the leg, whatever. Actually, if you got shot in the arm and the leg back then, you were a dead man, because these bullets that they were using in those muskets were, I can't remember, made of lead, I do believe. And you'd get lead poisoning and die slowly and painfully. So, oh, let me just show you where we're at here. I know you probably saw this already in the background, but I didn't really. No leaning on fence. Oh man, I wanted to lean. So, get a good view of the river here. The unfenced version. Look at all the barges they're parking on the other side of the river over there, along the Kentucky side. Parking them for storage, I guess. And they got a boat ramp right here, so I guess that's free to use. You could launch your boat anywhere down there by that white and that red truck. It looks like you just pull and drop them off there, or you could just do it to the side of that courtesy dock there. But it's a pretty big area. You could drop it anywhere along there. It looks like it's slanted in. But I'll tell you, it smells really fishy right here. We've been running down the Mississippi this whole time from Minneapolis, St. Paul, working our way down to here, basically, and then we gotta. Oh, this is the Ohio River, anyways. But we haven't. It hasn't smelled this fishy in the whole time. You know what I mean?
Look at all the dead logs.
I don't know. Does it seem fishy to you? Something seems fishy to me.
It's fishy here.
What do we got? They passed this way.
Is that a dead fish floating out there?
Probably.
Yeah, I think there's 2 dead fish.
Yeah. Okay. So, pause and read, folks. Water routines. The Indian removal policy. Jesus Christ. Yeah. I know they were all warring with each other as well. I mean, all the Indian tribes warred with each other, murdered each other, took each other as slaves, concubine, all kinds of crap. And we just came in here and did the same thing and won. But it's still kind of like what happened afterwards is just sickening. So I'm just going to leave it at that. And let's go check out that statue and see what that's all about. Down by the statue, thought this was really cool. Woohoo! That's maybe what the bridges were like back then. The little walkways into the compound there. There's another look at the compound. This is pretty awesome. This is really a well-kept one. I haven't been to an actual fort that's been well-kept in quite a long time. I mean, a lot of times you got to pay to go in, and they got like actors, so to speak, volunteers, dressed up in period clothing and stuff like that. Kind of like that. This is just free, and you could just come on in, which is very strange for Illinois, which is a pretty greedy state. The gas prices here are literally 50 cents to $1 higher than if you cross the river into Kentucky. Ridiculous. Upskirt shot.
That's papers. It's up map shot.
Up what?
It's a big map, so it's an up map.
Oh, it's an up map shot. Well, one can fantasize. There he is in the older age. He's not so good looking now, is he? I wonder what Sacagawea thought then. No, I'm kidding. Looks like there's a bird's nest up there or something. That's him. He's looking out at the river going, which way am I going? I got my satchel and I'm ready to go.
This is the rock.
Look at you.
People back then would stand on.
There you go.
It's still here for people from nowadays to stand on.
Here we go.
Wait, he's going like this.
I don't have a steady camera rig, folks. Sorry.
Point.
We go to barges.
Surveying, greeting.
All right. We're gonna go over by those barges. All right, we're gonna head over to the visitor center. Check that out. Turns out they want us to wear masks if we go in there, and that ain't happening. So we're gonna go do a little quick drive around and see if we see anything.
I don't even have one anymore. It's
Good.
how long it's been that I've had to wear.
Good. Well, we only wore it. So we're cruising along on this road now. There's a little trail that I showed you at the very beginning, and looks like the picnic area right here, which is nice. They have playgrounds and looks like this might be the camping area right here starting too, because I see a trailer set up here. So we're going to jump ahead and see what we got. So there's no signs, but we do have some camping over to our side there, and we're just following the road through and seeing what happens. We just kind of took that first right that we could take, and it's bringing us back down by the river. Let's check it out. Down along the river, it looks like this is just a loop road with some picnic areas along it. So we're going to go back, and you've got the Frisbee golf course right there going on. So that's all in this area down here, which is a really nice. Look at how open and spacious that is with all the trees, and all the flooring is really nice. And you've got the whole Frisbee golf course through here, which is excellent. So if you're coming through, you want to do a game, you know where to come. So there's a sign for the campground that we were just down, so we're going to keep going straight this time. Kind of see what we got. We got a big picnic shelter right over there. And we're going to take a right here, because this looks like it goes just right out to the main road. See what this says. It says trout pond. Awesome. Let's go check out the trout pond. We didn't even know we had a trout pond. More playgrounds for the kids. Another one. That makes like 3 or 4. So this is... oh, there's some Frisbee golf guys. I guess the part of the course comes down here into this wooded area. Stays along the road, I'm sure, because that's pretty thick in there. But it's fun. Let's jump ahead of the trout pond. Just passed another playground for kids, and I think we found the trout pond here. There's the disc golf course thing, and there's the information on the trout pond. Let's check it out. Once again, this is free here, so if you are traveling north or south from Nashville on the 24, go ahead and pull over here for a nice little stop with no charge. Catchable trout program. That's pretty cool. You want to come here and fish? That's pretty nice. Look at that nice fish. And there's a trout pond. Woohoo! pretty murky. I thought trout liked fresh water. Something's moving around. See some, was there a turtle or something there?
No,
I see a couple ripples. So not much to it, but I guess they stock it with trout. That's cool. So let's go back and check out this Frisbee disc golf course thing here and wrap this up. There it is. If you're traveling and you want to come check this out, play a quick game of Frisbee golf or check out the fort. Here's hole number 1. You start right here. Right on down that way. You can see it hiding in the tree right about there. There's your first catch. And there's the fort. So I guess it doesn't zigzag through this area like I was thinking. It just kind of goes down and through it and back out and over to here and you're back. So you end up over there. So this whole park is basically, the Frisbee golf course almost goes through the whole park except for the campground feature there in the middle, right there. So those guys get pissed if you're coming right by their, nailing their camper while they're trying to sleep with your Frisbee golf disc. All right, guys, that wraps up this video. Hope you guys liked it. Please hit our subscribe button, hit that like button, and we'll see you on the next one. Woohoo!